Nothing like having a little technical difficulties just before we get started here. But I'm on 10 meter FT8. If anybody wants to come work me on 10 meter FT8 or has any questions about the FT8 mode, drop a question in the chat room there. Having problems getting my rig control hooked up for some reason here. It's not wanting to work for some reason. Always got to be something when you start your live stream. Something always has to go down. But we'll try to figure this out why I can't get rig control. I was just on FT8, as you can see on my grid tracker there. Okay, I might have to restart my grid tracker and all this real quick, so hang with me just momentarily. Everything might go black on the screen here for just a quick second. Always gotta be something. Okay, I think I got it. I think we're back. I'm going to do a quick tune here and test this real quick and see if it is working. Looks like we got a good test. So we'll see what we can find here on 10 meter FT8 tonight. I'm going to be going ahead and calling on the second round instead of the evens. We'll be calling on the odds. So here we go. We're going to be calling FT8. I do have a 4-element mono bander. It is beaming out towards the South Pacific and Asia now. So you'll notice on the grid tracker here, as soon as it pops up, that most of my signals will be going back to the west and to the instead of the east. Hey Scott, what's going on, my friend? Figured I'd just play around with some FT8 tonight, and if anybody had questions on whatever anything was or how things were running or anything like that, figured we'd help them out tonight with the FT8. Seems like it's a pretty common question around here. Is somebody's always got a question about it. Yeah, look at that signal going back to the back out to Asia and down in the South Pacific now. So got a lot of good conditions, as you can see there on the grid trackers roster here. We got some South Korea, some JA, couple Indonesians, ZL stations. 10 meters been pretty good the last couple days. And I usually give it 2 calls, and then if they don't answer me back in that 2 calls, if I look at my frequency there, that's probably why they're not answering me back. Somehow it went back up to 0.76 instead of 0.74. So we'll clear this out and just start calling again. Yeah, it's one of those modes, though. It's like I'll find myself sitting here doing it, and I kind of lose track of what I'm doing, and it'll be a couple days of nothing but FT8, and then I'm like, man, I'm gonna go work some phone, and then I usually work phone for a couple days, and then I go try to get back in the FT8 again. Looks like there's an Indonesia station now calling, or we're working. Maybe working him. He called me, but now he won't answer my call back. So we'll jump on to another one. Oh, I need to figure out why we're doing this again. If you notice, my frequency up here will up there at the top, it'll change. It keeps changing. It won't go back down. Oh, there we go. Got the Roger 73s. See if we can get a 73 from him. But yeah, look at that spaghetti map out there on the grid tracker. This is the station we're working right now. Down here. Oh, we got 73s from him, so. And it looks like I got quite a few sitting right on top of me here on that waterfall there, so I'll let it run a couple cycles and maybe move again. Yeah, if it gets locked in a loop, man, that's unless it's like some rare DX expedition or something. to where I know they probably got 10,000 people calling them at a time. I one or two or three times without them responding, they get the halt button and delete it and move on, because yeah, it can get sometimes locked into a loop that just doesn't want to stop. And sometimes you'll get those stations that will continuously call you as well and not respond back to you, and it just sits there and loops back and forth, and that's a pain in the butt too. Let's look for another place here on this waterfall, because I'm picking up some other stations there. Right next door don't look too bad. I keep having a guy calling me here. Let's pull another CQ real quick, see what happens. What's going on, Andy? Figured I would do some FT8 mode. You know, that's the real ham radio now for some reason. FT8 mode. But no. Had a couple emails, some people asking some different questions about it, so I figured, why not? Let's do a live stream with a Q&A of just FT8. But good to see you in here, Andy. So yeah, here's a good example of that, Scott. And I'm gonna just call this guy this UA0 station twice, and if he doesn't respond back this next time, I'll clear it out and call CQ. Or I'll answer the Whiskey One station, since he's been pretty persistent. I've seen him come across a couple times now, so we'll get him answered. Maybe he needs Colorado for his worked all states or something. I don't know. We'll work him though. And of course, he's called me at least a dozen times or half a dozen times now. And now that I'm trying to answer him, he's not going to respond back. That figures. Darren, good evening, man. Thanks for stopping in. Bands aren't too bad. I'm on 10 meters right now. It's pretty much the only band that I've been on so far this evening. So I really couldn't tell you how good the other ones were. By the looks of the cluster there, it looks like 15 might be doing really well too. So, yeah, it looks like 15, 20 meters, but yeah, it looks like they're doing all right. This is true. 15 is always good. I wish everybody realized that. That's the problem with 15 is it's pretty much open at 24/7. It's just nobody goes up there to check it out. Oh, I better stop calling here. For some reason, if you notice, look up there. I'm at 280775. So I need to figure out why I continually to do that. It's glitching out somehow. We're gonna run. We're just gonna let the software run for a minute and see what happens. Oh, see, look at there. As soon as I want to take a break, I get 2 calls. We'll take the DX, of course. I guess if you do try to work me and I don't get back to you right away, look and see and make sure I'm not working any DX because the DX will take priority over anything else, I guess. So sometimes I feel bad because there'll be a bunch of DX calling me and 2 or 3 stateside stations want to talk, and I'm just a DX chaser. If anybody's got any questions, man, let me know. If you got questions about software or way I do things, if it doesn't make sense, or you want to know why I did it that way, or anything, man. This is this time to ask questions. Is if anybody's got questions about ham clock, about FT8, about grid tracker, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this VK station. He's called 3 times now, so we'll go ahead and answer him. Yeah, I was gonna say, Darren, you're a Victor Echo station, so yeah, you would definitely be. You'll always be DX, even though you're still the same continent. You're still same DX. Man, I got all kinds of stuff going on. Didn't realize my power slider was all the way down over there. We might make some contacts now. Holy cow. Thought I had this JA station on the hook, but we're going to call this other Alpha Golf 9 station. Well, you know what? I mean, it's a weak signal program. It's not a weak power or low power program. It's a weak signal. So you could still be running 1500 watts and be a low signal somewhere, and the FT8, FT4 mode will pick it up. The downfall about running the power is the duty cycle and everything in the radio. It's hard on the radios. So to turn it down, and there we go. I'm stuck at that. For some reason, it keeps going down. So that's the problem right there with it is your duty cycle. So yeah, to turn the power down, I don't even think I did the power turn down here on this. Yeah, see, I'm running full 100 watts right now. But the thing to look at is your ALC levels, and you'll see I just changed it up there in the meters up there, and there's barely any AC or ALC coming through. So I give it just enough to bring it up. So watch, I'll call this guy right now, and you'll see that meter at the very top of grid tracker there. You'll see that the ALC is just barely coming up. See, just barely coming up, and so that's not that's not throwing a heavy load on the heavy load on the finals there. So, and yeah, there's a lot of people. I was actually surprised at how many people actually run full legal limit on FT8 modes. It's like, wow, that's you know, it is a weak signal, but not a low power. So I mean, each to their own. You just got to watch. I mean, if you got the money to invest in more things, go ahead. But nowadays, a lot of people, what they got is what they got. So baby it, take care of it, and then just watch your levels and all that good stuff, and you should be all right. So. But yeah, I'm running a 4-element mono bender, so pushing that much out, I'm tripling my power output pretty much, or my signal output. And there I go again for some reason. I'm gonna restart JTDX just to see why that's doing it. And we might go try 15 meters. Yeah, it's a really good way of testing antennas, um, especially the directional antennas. I don't know, when I first started, you could see the grid tracker and the PSK reporter was going to the east. That's because I was beaming to the east when I first started calling, and then I rotated the antenna back to the west, and then you saw all the signals going to the west. So, yeah, it's an amazing way of testing testing antennas. And 6 meter, yeah, I do 6 meter. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get it here. Hey, I think we're back. Holy cow. Yeah. Wow. I don't know what just happened. OBS, the software I use to stream, absolutely hated life there for about 30 seconds. That was odd. I do not know what happened there. Okay, so back to your question about 6 meter. Oh, is it gonna hold it up there? Oh, might not want to do it. Let's see if I can hold it like this. There we go. There's my plaque that I got for the June VHF contest, 2022. A couple years old. It was my first year being a ham. Rocky Mountain Division winner, single operator, low power. So that should answer your question if I like 6 meters or not. Yeah, that was pretty fun, and I got it in 2023 as well. And then this year, I didn't do too well this year. Conditions just weren't there. I did try though, just wasn't there. I don't know what the hell. Why does it keep going like that? Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, and then this is, I have to hold it up against my chest too. So this is another plaque that I got for the WPX, the CQ magazine, CQ magazine WPX single sideband contest in 2024. Got single operator all band rookie USA winner. So that was the other good plaque I got. I've got a few more that I don't have quick access to. All right, let's go and see what we can do here on 15 meter. I'm went from 15 to from 10 to 15 now. Looks like I'm in a pretty good space. We're gonna see if JTDX here wants to cooperate here on 15 meter. We'll call the next round here. Holy cow, I don't know what the heck just happened there, but we got to do some reconfiguring here because obviously the audio is not supposed to come out of the radio like that. And it's configured right, so why did it do that? That was loud. Man, nothing like wanting to come on and talk about FT8 mode and all that, and then have quite a few problems with it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I just shut down JTDX again, and we'll see what happens here. You'll have to elaborate there, Darren. I'm not familiar with the TH6. Is that supposed to be Thunderbird? Or, oh, hello. All right. Yeah, 15 meters is wreaking havoc with this microphone, and yeah, for some reason, Darren, I don't know what that was. It was, I mean, I know what it was. It was the FT8 signal coming back through the speaker of the radio, which it shouldn't have been doing. So I'm not quite sure why that did it. So I restarted JTDX, and it seems to be all better, but 15 meters is definitely not going to play well with my USB cables. So we're going to go down and try 17 meter real quick. And it looks like we got some sideband down there too, so. Oh, looks like we got a VK9 Charlie Victor station. That's a D Expedition right now out at Coco, what is it? Coco Keeling Island. So that's good to see. Don't see the response back from him. Be interesting to work those guys. Okay, yeah, the big old beam. All right, yeah. I picked up the 10 meter beam that I use. I picked it on Amazon. Oh, I spy K6EGG on 17 meter FT8. Yeah, I picked up the monobander for 10 meters on Amazon pretty cheap, so that's the only reason I got it. Everything else I've built. So the antenna that we're about to use here on 17 meter, I built. I got it tuned up here, and the fan dipole. It's a long wire. It's actually 160, 80, and 40 meter, and I pick up the 15 meter off of it as well. So. But yeah, can't beat a beam. I'm telling you, they are something. All right, looks like we got a clear slot right where we were just at, so we're gonna call CQ this next round. Yeah, always start with new cable or new coax when you get a new antenna. Um, it does. It definitely does work and help. So I zoomed in there. You can kind of see where my tracks are going there for the PSK reporter on Grid Tracker. Um, Looks like we're pretty much going to the east. Although Mr. Greg out there on the west coast is coming in here at a +3. +3 this evening out there from the west coast. Oh, what do you mean there, Iowa Hank, by the bandwidth? Like my receiving bandwidth, my transmit bandwidth, or what bandwidth are you talking about? There's your there's FN65 right there, Darren. Yeah, you probably, let me see what it looks like. So yeah, the receive on, I mean, you can change your waterfall to where it widens that out. Sometimes I will find somebody way out here. It's hard to see them, but I'll adjust the frequency up to them. So I keep it nice and tight like this. I don't know. You'll see a lot of guys that'll have it pretty widened out and really slow. I'm just I'm more interested in where the open spots are at. So the faster I can identify an open spot, I'm going to take it up right now. Like pretty much we're in one right here. But that's why I've got the waterfall pinched up and moves a lot faster than you'll see a lot of people running. I'd really like to find or hear the VK9 station here. I mean, everybody and their uncle are calling him. Was that, where'd it go? Yeah. Scott's working the D2 UI station. Is that you out there, Scott, working the Angola station there? Yeah. Good job, man. Great contact right there. But I just don't see the VK9 responding back to anybody. And I'm seeing VK stations, just not the VK9. Huh. Yeah, I gave up trying to contact him, man. Holy cow. I don't know how many hours I have spent trying to make contact with him on different bands. I think I have him on a few different bands. I just don't, just not this one, obviously. It was red when he comes up. We're going to scoot over and call CQ again here. So I'm hitting the East Coast pretty good there. If you guys have any questions, let me know of why I run it the way I do, or the setup that I've got, or if you see I might be able to do something a little different to improve something. Let me know. That's what this hobby's all about, is helping each other out and Not everything works for the next person, but you might be able to find a new technique that you can incorporate on your own and make it your own. So, if you have any questions, let me know. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Just made contact with the Columbia. Oh, look, there's an Antarctica station on 17 meter. Hey, Scott, do you see him over there? And it's a Radio India 1 station. Holy cow, look at all these people calling the VK9. I'm going to try for this Antarctica station. The transmitting on even or odds. I'm transmitting on odd right now. It doesn't matter. The biggest thing that really matters is your transmit and receive split. That's the biggest thing. I think that's my biggest pet peeve on FT8 or this FT8 FT4 is somebody will call me on my transmit frequency and then they'll stay there and start calling CQ, which doesn't affect me, but if the next guy that wants to come in either wants to, oh man, my cats are fighting. If the next guy wants to come in and call me either on top of my transmit frequency or if there's a guy calling them on the transmit frequency, then he's covering me up. So it's a downfall. So that's why I always look for a clear slot in the waterfall. That way I know I'm not going to be messing with anybody. And you have that transmit receive button clicked, and then you split. So you basically stay at the where am I at? I'm at 2183 hertz right now, and I'm receiving at 1674. So the Antarctica station is at 1674, and I'm transmitting at 2183. So I'm transmitting on a clear, wide open area on that water scope or that waterfall. So I know I'm not bugging anybody, or nobody's going to be bugging me for it. So, but yeah, the transmit even and odd, use that as your own. If you're not getting much on transmit and on evens, go to odds. I did read somewhere, and I didn't understand it, and I don't think it was for these lower HF bands. I think it was more for 6 meters. Or yeah, it was something weird, but I did read that if you were wanting DX or stations to the east of you, you were on evens, and if you were looking for stations west of you, you were on odds. And I thought that made some pretty good sense, but that to try to get that incorporated with everybody would be, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it. So I thought it was kind of interesting read, but yeah, try it on your own. Either or, transmitting on evens or odds. It works either way. Like at night on 160 for me, I've worked pretty much everybody that's already calling on the evens, so I'll go call on the odds just in case there is somebody there that is looking or something, you know. So it'll be on the odds. I'm calling on 160. But yeah, that's my take on the first and even, or first and odds, or evens and odds, first, seconds, whatever. Each to their own on that one, I think. Yeah, look at all those people calling that Antarctica station down here. There's quite a few people calling him. Sorry, guys, I'm not really calling anybody here on 17. I've been trying to figure out where the VK9 station is, if I really can't hear him, or if maybe he's like down here a little bit. Which I really don't think he is. Holy cow, let's see if we can do it, Scott. I see you there. Hey, Joe. Sean. I don't see you there, Joe. I'm calling Scott right now, but he's pretty much my neighbor. I'm thinking he's like 60 some nautical miles away from me here. So Sean, is that where the VK station is? Is that around the 300 hertz mark? Because that's usually, I mean, that'd make sense if they were on the standard FT8 frequency, that they would be down that low. But I don't hear them yet. Bumming me out. All right, Scott, I don't see you, man, coming back. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look for you, Joe. Oh. Yeah, I haven't really been stalking them, but I've got I've got them hooked into my logging program. Has an alert on it. So I've got them. I've got the X-Ray Tango 2 Mike Delta station plugged in there. The V55LA station's plugged in there. I don't know. There's about 25 D expeditions this month. So it's if you're into hunting DX, the month of November is the month to hunt DX in. It should be pretty good DXing. Trying to get back to you there, Joe. I finally see you there. Yeah, the VK stations and the South Pacifics, that's like cakewalk for me. So I don't really need to try too hard for them guys. I'll have them on every band once it's all said and done. But it's them South African stations and the African stations and all the other countries out that way that yeah, I gotta try for them. The Antarctica station is on 1229. 1229 hertz is where the Antarctica station's at. And Joe, I keep giving you the report there. I'll sit here and wait and see if conditions will improve here for us. I might move too. Might have somebody sitting on top of us too. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sounds like somebody's pulling in our drive. Yeah, after you're done working Greg there, Sean, I'm calling you back there. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I needed Connecticut too, man. For 17 meter. Maybe. Maybe we'll get it there. Got it done. DN80, Delta November 80. Who's Greg working? It's under the parentheses there. That was a weird noise coming across that time. Yeah, I don't have any Kenya showing up, but I'll let it run here for a minute. Now that I've got that Brazilian contact. Looks like Joe's working X-Ray Echo 1 station. Good job, man. Once I found out how hard it is for a Mexican national to get their ham license, holy cow. Kudos to them. I was actually listening to a guy talk about how hard it was. I forget now exactly everything that they had to do, but it was a lot. and they don't share any agreement with the U.S. So no U.S. hams can go down there and play ham radio. Tried that Antarctica station again. Thought I muted. That's my ham alert going off, and I thought I muted that. Seeing a Grand Junction station there, Scott. AE0 Victor Charlie. Okay. Well, I gave this Antarctica guy 3 calls, so we'll move on after this last call here. I'm going to run up here to 12 meters real quick. I just see that VK station was spotted up here. Hear nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there. There's some FT8 there on the normal channel. Who do we got there? Some Japan, Asiatic Russia. There's an Alaska station. Doesn't look too busy on the waterfall, does it? Pretty good. We'll go back to 17 though. That's where we were at. The furthest station to the north of us there that you can possibly find there, Victor Yankee 0, way up there to the north. Hey, I see the Kenya station. Woo! That'd be a nice treat. But the Kenya station doesn't see me. It's alright. We'll get him. Yep, don't think the Kenya station's gonna respond back. So let's move on. What else we got here? That Antarctica station. Let's try it again. Hey Scott, do you see the Antarctica station now? Looks like he's at 1128 hertz. And for the ones still watching, I did something the other day. I ran FT8 on my Android device and hooked it up to the radio and was mobile doing FT8 on my phone using the 891 and the ATOS. Unfortunately, I messed up pretty bad. Yesterday, the wife and my son ran to town, and I figured why not? And I'm going to try and perfect this FT8 on this mobile radio. So I brought the mobile in, and I bought a separation kit for, well, it wasn't a separation kit. I bought a straight through phone cord, a phone patch cord that's straight through to straight through, and that's the same thing. And the package had two, so I just left the one in the car. And when I brought the radio in, I thought I looked just exactly like the other one that was in the package, and hooked it up to the radio, and come to find out it was an actual phone cord. And I blew the fuse inside the head unit of the 891. So off to the repair bench that goes. But yes, FT8 on the Android device, driving down the road, all you had to do is look over. It was in the phone was in the cup holder, the little mount there into the cup holder, and just pushed it, and off to the races we went, man. And it was pretty cool being able to FT8 while mobile. So I may do a demonstration. I did it on the DX10 using the same phone today. So I may do a video on how to do that, because that was pretty cool. No computer, nothing, and rig control too. Having control of the rig via your phone. That was man, technology is cool. I don't think the Antarctica station's gonna do it here, so we're gonna stop calling him now. Let's go to 20 meter. Let's see what's happening on 20. Don't look like there's too much going on. Got a Bolivia station. Bunch of stateside and Canada stations. A Hawaiian station. And a DR. Wow, 20 meters not doing good at all. Should have stuck on 17. There's a Utah station I need. New Mexico I need. What to do. Anybody got any questions, man? Feel free to ask away. If you need Colorado for a state, for worked all states or anything, any mode, any band. Heck, we could even try Olivia mode if somebody wants to. Contestia. What are the other ones? Like, what is it? The Feldhell? Hellfeld? Whatever that one is. PSK, RTTY, the already. Those are pretty common though. Yeah, any digital modes you guys want to try, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, and another video that I want to try to do is a video on this antenna that we're running right now on 20 meter. You can see that first call that I got into. That's pretty cool. But you can see where that first call to that Bolivia station was of the PSK reporter, and I'm actually making contact with them. But yeah, I want to do a video on this antenna because it is a simple antenna, but an amazing antenna on 20 meter. If you look top of the stream there, you'll see the VFO, and then there's the meter, and the waterfall, or the scope for the radio. But if you see the SWR meter, it's flat. It's a crazy antenna. So that's another video I want to get done now that I've got a little bit of time that we kind of got the first of the school year out of the way, and the pictures were done, so we can have a little more time to play radio. Because this vertical is actually sitting on the ground. It's not elevated in the air whatsoever. It's just I don't even know what it is, like a 14 or 13 and a half foot vertical, and it has 4 ground radios that come off of it. The radios start about 4 foot off the ground, and they come down to the ground. And then there's just a pipe that's driven into the ground that the vertical sets. It's separated. It's insulated from the pipe on the ground. But that's where the antenna just sets over the top of that pipe. So yeah, I've been wanting to do that video for a while. There's a POTA. Should we try it for the POTA? There's another POTA. Let's do a couple of POTA activations here. Hey Joe, I'll probably be able to get you, if you're still around there, Joe. Probably get you on 20 meter the way it's looking here. That's one thing I love about Grid Tracker. It actually tracks grids. Yeah, there's not much actually going on 20 meters. There was that Bolivia station that I just worked. I didn't have him, and I didn't have that country on FT8, so I went ahead and worked him. But for the most part, it's pretty much states. So a couple POTAs jumped out at me, so I'm going to do some POTAs real quick. Can't leave the POTA guys hanging, man. And you also got to keep in mind that the antenna that we're on right now that I'm using for 20 meter, before I got the ATOS, was the antenna I used for POTA activations. So I actually made it to where it collapsed to no greater than 4 foot. So when it's all in transport mode, the longest piece is 4 foot long. So it transports all collapsed down, and it's amazing little antenna. And it's made out of an old CB antenna is what it's made out of. I actually bought the aluminum at a garage sale, and was actually going to scrap it, and then became a ham and was like, hey, I can use them antennas that I bought that one day. And sure enough, ended up making I was actually trying to make a 15 meter antenna, and just stumbled on the 20 meter idea and ran with it, just because it's resonant at 14,276 is where it's resonant at. So yeah, it's an amazing antenna for dirt cheap. And I actually think it would be great for a small backyard or a HOA, because you could paint that thing black, and it would hide pretty well, because like I say, it's only 13 foot tall. So oh no, this Portugal station's not gonna leave me hanging. Getting a good spread out to the East Coast tonight, though, on 20 meter, that's for sure. And the West Coast. More on the East Coast, though. Alright, we got the Portugal station. Where's this one? POTA way down here, huh? Way down on the border. Sign into POTA here, I guess, and find out. Where he be, because he's like right on the border, it looks like. And he's not on the POTA page. That's odd. Found you, Joe. I'm going to see if we can make the contact here. Hey, good deal there, Joe. Yeah, I see that +8. And that's, I've got it 60 watts of power. No, I thought I was at 60 watts, so that was full 100 watts. I normally stay at 60 watts, man. So, but hey, got you in the logbook, so that's awesome, man. Man, 20 meters just is not doing it tonight. I mean, it's bumping. There's a lot of stations out there. It's just they're within our borders. The old spaghetti map there is showing some activity out there. Yeah, that's the limit for the tuner. So, and then like I say, I've worked stations with 5 watts and I've worked stations with 100 watts, and it's all the same. I like the 60 watt. I don't know. It just that was the number that I picked, and I've always ran it there. Now, like if I'm doing a contest or something, I go down to 30 watts because it's like a boom, 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 heavy hitting. So, but anyways, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. Had a couple with some good questions, and had a little hiccup there at the very beginning with things not wanting to work right. But hey, such is life. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Hope to do it again. And like I was talking about, I want to do a video about the FT8 on the Android and this antenna. So like I say, it's an amazing antenna for what it does. And I put it in one of the antenna calculators, and it does pretty damn good in that calculator. So look for those videos coming up. Meantime, keep hamming. Enjoy the FT8 mode. I know a lot of people hound it, but you know it's just another tool in the toolbox of ham radio. So guys, take care. 73s, and hope to catch you out on the airways, guys. Take care.